However, currently I would like you to introduce that for the next sessions is the measure points, the demand side data, and the data categories. Sorry, I mistake to introduce the schedules for the entire capacity development sessions. Today's session is a demand side data. And the next sessions, I would like you to introduce the review on the TRP manuals, which was draft one, and the implications from the manuals, which is developed by the Japanese government also recently. So so I would like to, and as I said previously, then this is just the capacity development sessions. However, I would like you to discuss how to collect and how to utilize the public passengers demand side informations for this city. And by the way, so the next month or the end of this month, so the Mr. Yamada and another public transport route planning expert will come here, and he will introduce some simplified assessment for the public transport route planning. Okay. Then the types of the demand side data, and before introducing the more specific items, so some of the basic information is also needs to be introduced. And the first of all, so the prerequisite is also shall be shared with you, and the necessity of the demand side data in terms of the route plannings. Yes, demand side information, how the passenger demand can be expected from that area to that area is more important, much more important for the public transport route plannings. However, under the current public transport market structure, it's very difficult to understand the passenger demand characteristics. It means all public transport operators need to submit their passenger demand information to the government. And the government side also summarize and make a very detailed analysis of the public transport for the route plannings. But there are so many so-called the micro enterprises in the Metro MANILAAND, Philippines. So they're collecting the detailed and accurate operational information is much more difficult. On the other hand, the operators are very sensitive about the ridership per vehicles per trips. And in that case, operational information not so detailed. However, how many vehicles are operated and how many trips are made by the public transport operator by section is also the alternative data source for the detailed route plannings, because operators don't operate the unprofitable route. So currently they are very sensitive about the passenger demand. So how they operate the public transport operators, public transport vehicles, meaning how their passenger demands along the corridor. However, currently there are so many small buses, including the UV Expresses and the jeepneys. So it will affect on the road capacity of the road sections. So to avoid such kind of the conditions or the route plannings in terms of the adjustment of the provisions of the public transport vehicles shall be restricted. Then based on before this is just the basic information, and the public transport route coverages and the population distributions and including the population densities is also one of the important informations, and the land use distributions. Yes, there is some the commercial buildings and the residential buildings, and of course the industrial zones will be one of the very important criteria for the route plannings. And compared with the world population, and recently some of the international entities provided such kind of data, free open source data sources, which is estimated the population count from the all local governmental local informations and research, and the how many populations are expected by the grid, by the area, can be visualized utilizing the GIS also. And you can compare with the public transport route. This is only for the jeepneys and buses and the UV Express, and compared with the route coverages, and there is the more populated zone is around there, so the new routes shall be introduced. Such kind of exercise also can be conducted utilizing such kind of image. Then the actual conditions, yes, for the these routes also can be also must be collected from the actual survey. Yes, and the Quezon City is also conducting the boarding arriving surveys and departure arrival survey at the terminals is also conducted. And based on such kind of information, for example, utilizing the survey forms, and according to the bus stops, how many passengers is on board and how many passengers arrives is also estimated. And currently in the Nepal, I developed such kind of application-based forms, and how many passengers is board and how many passengers arrive, such kind of information is collected. Then such kind of ridership information by the colleagues can be visualized. Utilizing such kind of information, then how many riderships per trips and how many travel distances, passenger kilometers, and the average trip lengths, and the passenger density, meaning how many passengers on board in average for the whole sections can be estimated. This is also one of the critical information for the route plannings. Then according to the route information, for example, the which bus stop is busy bus stop and which is not busy. Such kind of visualizations can be estimated, and so how which the bus stop is busy, so that there is a necessity to upgrade as the more high grade bus stops can be considered according to such kind of information. And the waiting times that the bus stops can be detected. And sometimes the bus is stopped at 5 or 6 minutes. In that case, if it is predicted at the bus stops, then the public transport vehicles waiting the very long times to collect much more passengers. And sometimes this will be affect for the passengers satisfactions and the traffic congestions around the city, along the road. So the traffic enforcement shall be conducted. So such kind of information can be utilized. Then the travel times is also visualized. So which section is the more congested. This is for the occupancy by section also can be visualized like this. So which section is much busy, much highly occupied. So the bus shall be introduced more fleet. And on the other hand, so the suburban area there is a much lower passenger demand. So some bus can terminate the operation around here and going back to there. So to help to make a balance between the demand and supply gaps between the very busy sections. Such kind of operational characteristics also can be visualized. But however, this is mainly important for the bus operator side also. So it is better to enhance for the public transport operators to conduct such kind of survey. Then the OD utilizing if there are a number of if the number of passengers on board and arrives is estimated, so such kind of OD analysis, yes, how many passengers is board there and how many passengers arrive there also can be estimated. But such kind of information can't be estimated from such kind of on-board passenger volume surveys. So that it is better to confirm the more detailed OD informations. Then to detect the such kind of OD information for the public transport users. So the IC card is the very reasonable way. So that usually if the public transport is introducing the two IC card reader at the entrance and exit for the bus routes, then the passengers needs to tap the bus card at the 2 times at the boardings and at the arrivings, utilizing the accumulating such kind of information. So the OD analysis of the public transport operations also can be estimated. Then the need to say yes, usually the fare indicators and the fare data systems that have their own stops. So the need to IC card reader and some the voice synthesizers. Yeah, and the the public transport operators, drivers need to make some announce. Next bus stop is there. Next bus stop is there. The analyzing such kind of information, so the public transport routes can be utilized for the public transport operations. But I'm not sure about the details. However, anyway, so there are such kind of technology also can has been developed. And I conclude that such kind of information, including the IC card systems and the QR code payment, is a little bit difficult to introduce these cities in the short and the middle. Long? Long. Yes. So it is to collect the much more detailed information. So other way also shall be found. And just the references, so the regularly or periodically, the passenger satisfaction survey also needs to be conducted. You know, the NCPS or some university was conducted such kind of survey. And however, such kind of information is much more important for the customer service and the improvement of the public transport service. So it is better to respect, pay attention for such kind of survey also. And in Japan also public transport operators conducted such kind of survey regularly.